Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be discussing about the planet Jupiter. Now Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system with a mass of 2.5 greater than of the rest of the planets combined, but still only 1,000 that of the sun. Star-like. Jupiter is the planet most like the sun in terms of its composition. Although Jupiter would still need to be about 75 times as massive to fuse hydrogen and become a star, it would only need to be 13 times as massive to burn deuterium and become a brown dwarf. Now, let me tell you about the atmosphere of Jupiter. Jupiter spins on its axis faster than any other planet. Because of its rotation, Jupiter's atmosphere is subject to high winds, which cause the atmosphere to form distinct bands of colors like swirling vortex and gigantic anticyclonic storms. Now let me tell you about the moons of Jupiter. Jupiter governs the largest number of moons of any planet, with the current official total being 79. The four largest are the Galilean moons, which is the Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. Ganymede, the largest moon in the solar system, has a diameter greater than that of the planet Mercury. Now, the observation of Jupiter. Jupiter is the fourth brightest object in the skies after the Sun, Moon, and Venus. Because the orbit of Jupiter is outside the Earth's, the planet always appears nearly fully illuminated with viewed through Earth-based telescopes. Now let me show you the structure of Jupiter. So as you can see, it's the structure of Jupiter. Jupiter is composed primarily of gaseous and liquid matter. There is no surface, only a gradual change from the atmosphere. Conditions blend smoothly from gas to liquid as the temperature and pressure inside Jupiter increase steadily towards the core. Now the mantle, which is the second layer of Jupiter. The surrounding liquid hydrogen is responsible for Jupiter's massive magnetic field, which is 10 times stronger than Earth's, with the magnetic pole strength being nearly 20,000 times stronger than Earth's pole strength. Next is the third layer, core. Jupiter is thought to have a dense core. The exact composition of the core is unknown, as are the properties of materials at the temperatures and pressure of those depths, but it is thought to be solid. Now let me tell you about the moons of Jupiter. First I will discuss the Callisto, which is the first moon of Jupiter. Callisto is the outermost of the Galilean satellites and the third largest satellite in the solar system. Callisto is also the most heavily cratered object in the solar system. Next is the landscape of Callisto. Callisto has shown no signs of resurfacing since first impacts have modeled its surface. Therefore, it has the oldest landscape in the solar system with a surface age of about 4 billion years. Now next is the second moon of Jupiter, which is the Europa. Europa is the smallest of Jupiter's four Galilean satellites, but still the sixth largest moon in the solar system. Europa may represent the closest place to the Earth where scientists could find still existing life outside of our planet. The ocean of Europa. A vast ocean is theorized to exist below Europa's icy crust. Though Europa is far from the Sun, strong gravitational tides caused by Jupiter's powerful pull could create internal heat necessary for maintaining liquid water. Now, is life possible on Europa? The recent discovery of water geysers and the detection of clay-like materials, often associated with organic material, suggests that a basic aquatic life may exist within Europa's subsurface ocean. And third is the largest moon of Jupiter, which is the Ganymede. Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system, as I have also told you earlier, larger than Mercury and only slightly smaller than Mars. If Ganymede orbited the Sun instead of orbiting Jupiter, it would easily be classified as a planet. Now, the surprising thing is this, that Ganymede is the only moon in the solar system known to possess a magnetosphere. The last moon of Jupiter is the Io. Io is the fourth largest moon in the solar system, and with over 400 active volcanoes. Io is also the most volcanically active body in the solar system. Volcanic plumes rise up to 300 km, which is 186 miles above the surface. Now let me tell you about the surface of Io. Io's volcanic plumes and lava flows over the surface in yellow, red, white and black and green compounds of sulfur. Io's surface is also dotted with more than 100 mountains, with some of them taller than Mount Everest. The tidal forces of Io. Due to its varying distance from Jupiter, Io is subjected to tremendous tidal forces. These forces cause Io's surface to bulge up and down by as much as 100 meters. They also generate a huge amount of heat within Io, keeping much of its subsurface crushed in liquid form. The electric generator. Io is also called electric generator, but why? I will tell you now. Io's orbit cuts across Jupiter's magnetic field lines, turning the moon into a powerful electric generator. The electric current of 3 milliamperes take path to Jupiter's surface, creating lightnings in its upper atmosphere. So that's all for today. If you like my video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Stay at home and stay safe.